Arte Público is the oldest and largest Latino publisher in the United States. We publish books ranging from children's books all the way to popular culture for adults and for every level of the education system as well. Arte Público grew out of a literary magazine that we started during the Latino civil rights movement, the late 60s, early 70s. It was called Revista Chicano-Riqueña, and it had the ambition of becoming the major literary and thought magazine or journal for Latinos throughout the country from coast to coast, bringing all of the Latino ethnicities together through literature and art. In 1979, Arte Público Press was founded as an outgrowth of Revista Chicano-Riqueña with the idea that we would be deriving our culture and ideas and our arts from the community and giving it back to the community. So that's what public art basically is. It's art for the community. From those humble beginnings of publishing one book in 1979, today we're publishing about 28 books per year for all different audiences, and we have large research programs and service programs. In particular, we have Recovering the U.S. Hispanic Literary Heritage, which has the wonderful ambition of finding everything written by Latinos of any sort from the colonial period all the way to the present, preserving it, digitizing it, and making it accessible in all different forms to the education system and to the public. I would say that a lot of the things that I do today had to do with what I personally experienced going back and forth from New York to Puerto Rico. In New York, we were an ugly minority. Yellow journalism was attacking us every single day and not finding anything in the whole educational system that reflected Latino culture and history. So I became aware of that as a child. So that kind of set me on a path to wanting to fill in those gaps, to provide literature for kids and to provide history for adults and to make all of it accessible. And it has become more important than I ever envisioned because today Latinos form 18 to 20% of the national population. Oh, we never really realized that it was a success. You're always struggling to get your word out. You're always struggling to distribute. You're always struggling to get coverage. As a publishing house, for instance, it's very hard to compete with the major commercial publishers in the United States, and they dominate the world of publicity. Now, we have had our successes, our recognitions. Arte Público in 2019 won an award that only 2 other publishing houses have won in its whole history. But our real awards is when we see a child holding one of our books and reading in English or Spanish, or when we see some of our books become well-reviewed and become bestsellers, and our authors take off and become part of the national culture. I wish there were more of us because there's so much of our culture that doesn't get published, and Arte Público, as a relatively small operation when you compare it to the major publishers, can handle all of the good work and all of the great thought that is coming out of the Latino community. We would like Arte Público Press and Recovering the U.S. Hispanic Literary Heritage to become the one-stop place to find anything out about Latinos.